Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, all the good stuff. Today we're just going to go over some newspaper articles. Let's just find out what's going on in the south of Wales. Let's get into it. These are from the South Wales Argus, just some different things that I found, so I thought they would be interesting. This one is a disgraceful criminal targeted Caerphilly woman of 83. Hey, scuzzbag. A disgraceful criminal with a history of targeting elderly and vulnerable victims, distractions, burglary, stole an 85-year-old woman's savings, scuzzbag. Thomas Skies was blasted by the judge who jailed him for 5 years after he preyed on her and barged his way through her Caerphilly home. Scuzzbag. I'm just going to keep saying scuzzbag, so you have to excuse me. The notorious defendant had made national headlines in the past following a series of vile offences against senior citizens across the country. Abigail Johnson, prosecutor, told how Sky from Wiltshire had previously conned his way into homes by posing as a gardener or council worker. A former victim who he stole cash from included a 98-year-old man, scuzzbag. His latest query was tricked when the series of thefts got into her home when visiting friends in Cardiff just before Christmas and took £600. Mr. Jackson said Sykes was an identified man, had knocked on the woman's door to offered to do her gardening work before pushing his way in. The prosecution read to Cardiff Crown Court a victim impact statement written by the complainant's daughter. My mother is in hospital recovering from a fall. She is scared to be alone at home now and she has lost her appetite. What a scuzzbag. She never wanted to go home, but she said she would feel safer in one. That's bad. Her independence had been taken to a 28-year-old drug addict of Northern Park, Lochac, near Chippenham, pleaded guilty to committing the burglary on the 2nd of December 2020. The court was told Skies has been previously jailed for similar offences in Bristol Crown Court, Derby Crown Court in 2014 and 2016, respectively. Emma Harris said of the father of the four, his family has now disowned him and his partner of 15 years have left him. Shocking. He accepted his way into he accepts the way he is a very mean offence. The defendant wishes to express his remorse. Like shit, does he? He wants to do his remorse because he doesn't want the time. His life has been blighted by his addiction of crack cocaine. He has been addicted for his entire adult life. He is thoroughly ashamed of himself, as he should be, dirtbag. He hopes to get rid himself of the crack cocaine. Judge David Wynne Morgan said that the defendant's actions have left the victim traumatized. He told Sky, you pushed an 83-year-old woman out of the way. You committed offences of this nature before. This is a despicable offence and you are a despicable criminal. The defendant must pay £190 victim surcharge. 190, come on. After his release from his 5-year sentence. Now, 5 years, guys, what do you think about that? 5 years is enough? Considering he's done this before and more than once by the seams of it, 2014 and 2018, now 2020. So, every 2 years he goes and does this kind of thing? Sorry, 5 years doesn't seem enough. And £190? Come on. That's about $300, give or take. Disgusting. Again, this is from the South Wales Argus. This one is the 1st of February. Caerphilly man threatened to stab a chasing mob. A knife man was being chased by a gang sought shelter in a shop and warned a terrifying worker he would stab them if they came in. Gareth Russo told the woman he was being pursued by a mob and was seeking refuge there because he knew it had CCTV cameras. Prosecution Tom Roberts said the defendant burst into the Premier store in Caerphilly, Natcar Road. He told Crown Court it was around 9:40 a.m. on the 9th of December when he went into the shop. He told the woman there, "Call the police, I've got a knife." The shop worker could see the knife handle in his waistband of the defendant's trousers. He said he was being chased by some boys. He said he was going to stab her, but he was going to stab them if they came in. Okay, so he couldn't make up his damn mind. The defendant gave his name and said he knew he was going to get done for having a knife. You think? He took a bottle of Frosty Jack cider worth £3.75 and opened it and began to drink it. Well, if he knew he was going to be banged up, it's kind of why. He was asked if he was going to pay for it. He replied, "No, I'm stealing it." At least he's honest, I suppose. When the police arrived, he threw the 12-inch knife on the counter. He told officers he wanted to have any instant catches on CCTV because if he stabbed his pursuers, they could see it was in self-defense. Mr. Roberts said the shop worker told how the defendant mannerism had made her feel nervous. She added, "My heart was racing." Rosen, 36, of Natwa Road, Caerphilly, who has 60 previous convictions, pleaded guilty to having a knife in a public and theft. Jeffrey Jones said the defendant wanted to apologise for his actions. He added it is clear he chose to be arrested was because he was fear of the attack on the streets. Judge David Wynne Morgan, the same one who just had the last one. "Your behaviour was rather bizarre. You caused considerable anxiety and distress, and it was a potential dangerous situation." He was jailed for 8 months in order to pay a £156 surcharge after release. Now, okay, 8 months. Yeah, I get that. That's near or there. The 156 that he has to pay for the surcharge, that old lady only gets 190. How is that anywhere even close to the same? I don't know. Let me know what you think, guys, in the comments. Again, another South Wales Argus. So we are on Caerphilly dealer hides drugs at mother-in-law's house. Come on, dude. A dealer who ran his own dedicated drug line was caught with thousands of pounds worth of cocaine locked in a safe at his mother-in-law's house. Callum Williams, 27, is starting a long prison sentence after he was caught supplying ecstasy and more than 3,000 in cash. 3,000 in cash is not that much if he's such a big dealer. John Ryan, prosecutor, said the defendant was stopped by police while he was driving a Vauxhall Astra in the Caerphilly area on Boxing Day. And Boxing Day again is the 26th of December. He told Crown Court how separate investigation had led detectives to text message implicating Williams in a drug trafficking. Offences recovered as a pay-as-you-go burner phone from his car. A safe was found in his mother-in-law's house where he was staying at the time while his house was being renovated. Inside the safe, officers found high purity 78%. Wow, jeez. So that's still to be cut down for the streets. Cocaine with the street value around 3,000. Now, by the time you cut that down, it's going to be worth double that. I would cut that down. 78%. That would be cut down. And nearly 3,000 in cash. Mr. Ryan said detectives also seized a BlackBerry. Is BlackBerries even still around? Phone, but the defendants refused to give him the PIN and they were unable to access it. Little note to you guys, don't give the officers your PIN. He told him how Gwent Police drug expert DC Sean Mayrick said the case has all the hallmarks of a dedicated drug line supplier chain, with Mr. Williams appearing to run it. Williams of Iron Road, Caerphilly, pleaded guilty to possessing cocaine and ecstasy with the intent to supply. Ed Mitchard presented the defendant, said his client was a family man with 2 children who worked for a glass installation company. He told the court he took foolish decisions to sell drugs and has fallen into a pit because of his recreational drug use. This is very different sentence. This will be a very different sentence for him. The one who will suffer the most is his family. Judge Tracy Lloyd Clark told Williams those deals who Class A's must expect significant custodial sentences. You will be running your own Class A drug line. He was jailed for 4 years. Oh, that's not so bad considering. Williams is set to face proceedings of a Crime Act hearing on the 4th of May. Outside the court, the officers in the case, DC Michael Cole, said, "This is another dealer operating in the Caerphilly area successfully off our streets. I hope this sentence deters others from getting involved." How though? How do you think 4 years? Okay, so that's halved automatically. So that's unless it was 4 years on 1 day. Okay, so 4 years, you're looking at half, a maximum of a third of that sentence. He's going to be out on tag within 26 months, give or take. That's not that bad. That's crazy. I don't know. Although the purity is quite scary. That's really high purity. That hasn't been cut down yet. And he's probably thankful that it hasn't been cut down, because if it was cut down, there'd be a hell of a lot more. But I digress. So thanks for watching. I'm absolutely gobsmacked that boy only got 5 years, especially as, you know, he's a repeat offender. Not just a repeat offender, but a repeat offender of this offence. 5 years just seems like such a pittance. He's going to only do 3/4 of that, which pisses me off. And £190 to the victim. Like, come on. That one who had a knife, who did nothing but scare the shit out of a shop worker, she gets 156. I don't think going in and robbing someone who was 93 years of age and some random man in a shop, don't get me wrong, you know, what he did was wrong, and I'm sure it scared the life out of her, but I don't think it equates to the same. And he only got 8 months. Like, again, that doesn't seem long enough. And then you've got the last one, who, you know, if he had any common sense, he would have been saving his money for this time, so his family is taken care of while he's, quote unquote, away. Dumbass. Drugs don't pay, kids. Drugs don't pay. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye for now.